and it's a mushroom. I never heard mushrooms called toadstools before.
Yeah,
why is it? And then on the other side, there's a mushroom with a toad actually sitting on top of the mushroom, right?
Yeah, they've been called toadstools forever, but they also, if you look up any old school Christmas shit, all old school Christmas cards, anything with elves, they all have mushrooms around them. And they have that mushroom, the Amanita muscaria mushroom.
Isn't there a myth that if you lick a frog's ass, you get high?
No, it's not a myth at all.
It's real?
Some frogs.
Okay.
Some frogs, it's different though. Yeah. What they have is 5-MeO-DMT in them.
But what I'm saying is, I open up this baby book, there's a little bunny, Nicholas the bunny, hiding under a toadstool, and then they show a mushroom and a frog on top of it, sitting down on it. So maybe that's why when you lick a frog's ass, you get high, because they actually sit on mushrooms.
No.
Maybe they're using the mushroom to.
Actually,
you don't. Listen, you don't lick a frog's ass. You don't lick a frog to get high. The way this doesn't work.
Okay,
there's
so
an excretion. Yeah, this is what it is. There's an excretion from certain types of frog skin, and you have to rub it on glass. So you take this frog and you rub them on glass, and they'll excrete their substance on the grass. Then you take that glass, you put it in the sun, it dries out. Then you take a razor blade and you scrape it off the glass, and it's a white powder. You smoke that white powder, and it's 5-methoxy-dimethyltryptamine.
Now, is that secretion coming from the rectum?
It's coming from their skin.
Okay.
It's that whole thing of licking a frog is just one of those urban myths.
Okay. It's just weird that in a baby book you hear about the myths of licking frog's ass, and they're sitting on, maybe because you some people put ecstasy pills in their ass for better absorption. You heard of that, Brian, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the frog is trying to get high, and maybe they figured out how to get high by sitting on a mushroom. It goes up their ass, and they get high, and then you lick a frog's ass, and you get high. That's all I'm saying. This was in a baby book.
This is the name of the frog. It's called the Bufo aureus.
And you can't get fucked up, Joe, by licking it. If I remember correctly, it's super concentrated and super dangerous, though, to do it.
To lick it?
To lick it, because it's really
If you remember?
If
I
bought the
yeah, but you got to Google shit like that.
I bought the frog to do this.
The book's called I Am a Bunny.
You bought a Bufo alvarius?
Yeah.
It's called the Colorado River Toad or Sonoran Desert Toad. Contains 5-MeO-DMT and bufotenin. Bufotenin, Bufotenin?
There's a website that sold these frogs, and so I bought one, and I had it for like a month, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Was it alive?
Oh, yeah.
So you never licked it?
No, I don't even know whatever I did with it.
I think it's a myth. If you had it, why didn't you lick it?
I mean, I don't know. I was too scared.
Can you Google licking a frog's ass?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I just did.
The toad's venom is concentrated on the surface of its skin, and that's why licking is dangerous. Smoking is a different story, however.
Yeah.
So it's too powerful if you lick it.
Too powerful if you lick it, because it's concentrated.
The toxic ingredient in the toad's venom is called bufotenin, which is burned off while smoking. That's why it's dangerous. Because the two things are in it. If you burn it off, what's left is 5-MeO-DMT. So you don't want to lick it, because if you lick it, it gives you bufotenin. Bufotenin gets burned off while you smoke it. That's why it's dangerous to lick it. Yeah. So I guess it really
Does it say anything about the butthole?
So listen to this. This is what's weird. It's this frog. They're native to the Colorado River or southern Arizona, California, and northern New Mexico. Even though 5-MeO-DMT is classified as an unscheduled substance, which means it's legal to possess, but the venom also contains bufotenin, which is scheduled. So you can be in possession of an illegal substance, even though it's not a psychedelic. The weird thing about 5-MeO is it's stronger than NN-DMT. NN-DMT is the one that gives you the crazy visuals, but the stuff that we did the first time, that's 5-MeO. It's even stronger than NN, and it's legal.
The one where I was screaming?
Yeah, they missed that one. In the sweeping Psychedelic Drug Act of 1970, they missed 5-MeO-DMT.
This is what I had bought, a Colorado River Toad.
Yeah, that's the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't lick it, dummy.
No.
Because you wouldn't have Googled it. You would have just, let's just try.
I didn't have Google back then, I don't think. I think it was right before I moved here to Los Angeles.
Well, anybody listening, please don't lick the toad, because you can die.
Don't lick poisonous dark frogs.
Yeah, but if you take that stuff and you smoke it, it's DMT. You will trip your fucking balls off if you smoke the shit that comes from that toad skin, which is really kind of crazy. The difference between that and psilocybin is very similar. psilocybin also is N,N-dimethyltryptamine. It's got that and something else. So psilocybin is like 4-fox-4-loxoley N,N-dimethyltryptamine. So the last part of it is dimethyltryptamine. Then 5-MeO dimethyltryptamine, which is what these frogs have, is dimethyltryptamine with like an oxygen molecule attached to it. So it has a different impact. But all that shit, that's like prevalent in children's books and folklore. Like all those elves, when you see, look at this
That guy's name is Toad, and he has a mushroom head.
Yeah, and he has the head of the mushroom.
Dude,
That's Santa
dude,
Claus.
I'm telling you, I think that's the people that are making books for kids.
Absolutely.
You gotta kind of have had a mushroom trip to really want to help kids, you know. And it's kind of like
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of mushrooms.
A lot of people want to help kids, they don't have to trip on mushrooms.
I don't know, but I swear to God, I watch a lot of educational TV for children, and they bring up mushrooms a lot. What is this? It's a mushroom, and it's a red mushroom. It's like, why? There's so many other things you could have brought up. You're talking about mushrooms. You're trying to teach. Mushrooms come up a lot in children's books and in their TV. I don't know what it means.
Super Mario Brothers.
Well, think about Lewis Carroll and think about Alice in Wonderland. It was all about acid.
Yeah. Right now, there's billboards everywhere all over LA. There's a new show called Wonderland or something, and there's a guy and a girl. They're looking at each other's eyes. In the background, all these mushrooms, red topped, like those.
Amanita muscaria. Yeah, those mushrooms are what they believe to be Santa Claus because it even looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Those mushrooms also. This is where it gets really crazy. If you haven't heard the whole spiel before, they have a symbiotic relationship with coniferous trees, like pine trees. They grow under pine trees. They have a mycorrhizal relationship with the soil. Like with those trees, that's where those things always grow. They feed off of each other. So this fucking thing is always underneath these trees. Just like brightly colored gifts that are always underneath Christmas trees. Why are Christmas trees always pine trees? Why do Christmas trees have these ornaments hanging in them?
You know,
well, because they used to
crazy
take
you
these
sound right
mushrooms,
now.
they used to pull them out of the bottom of these trees and then hang them in the tree to dry them out. The other way they dried them out was they would hang them in front of fireplaces. That's why socks are white and red. Christmas socks are white and red. Who the fuck has white and red socks? Nobody. Why would you hang your socks in front of the fireplace like that? Because that's how they dried out mushrooms. They used to tie them to strings and dangle them from a fire, and that's how they dried them out. That's how they preserved them. It's like everything about it has to do